barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So ask yourself this question: why Eddie Hearn can't get into major markets and get these fights? He's not allowed in. All right, I answered it for you guys. Well, he's in Kansas City. You can't be successful having fights in Kansas City without the talent. I mean, he has overall, he has mediocre talent. He's gambling on his arrogance. He's not gambling on intelligence. He had fights in Rhode Island, Boston, Kansas City. Couldn't get into Atlantic City, so he went to Kansas City. What promoter in the whole entire major promoter in North America tries to get into Atlantic City and then moves it to Kansas City? He got the city part right, but he went to the wrong city. He can't get into these major markets, man, and he's having a tough time getting into it because he disrespected the game. He came in the wrong way, and he's going to have a tough time. When I say he's going to have a tough time, and he knows it, and he knows that I know, it's going to be him. He can't get into no major arena in New York. November 17th was supposed to be in Vegas. Then they moved it to Atlantic City. Couldn't get in there, and now they're in Kansas City. So that tells you the powers that he pissed off and the allies that he should have created, as opposed to trying to come in here with posturing. I'm going to take over the U.S. market. These promoters are lazy. They can't get network deals. Well, they can't get network deals, huh? Well, you can't get arenas. And if you can't get arenas in major markets, long term you can't be successful because the quantity of people aren't there. You can't pull from. It's like a high school that has 5,000 people, 5,000 kids. They will more than likely have a better football team than a school that has 800 kids, a private school that has 800 kids versus a public school that has 5,000 kids. That's the give and take of it, okay? And he's gonna have a tough time sledding, and I'm gonna watch him lie and lie and lie and lie. He's already destroyed. He's destroyed Daniel Jacobs. Man, he went from damn near sold out arena against in a major arena at Madison Square Garden. I believe that fight was. Correct me if I'm wrong. It had to be Madison Square Garden because I wasn't there. Daniel Jacobs, Gennady Golovkin, to a damn near sold out arena, if it wasn't sold out, to the Hulu Theater with 5,000 people. Granted, the opponent is different, but let's take it a step further. Him and Big Baby Miller couldn't put, it was 6,000 or 7,000 people there. I haven't Googled this. In that arena for Selecki and Gerald Washington, I believe his opponent was. They didn't do well there, and I think prior to that, Daniel Jacobs, Peter Quillen did 8,500 at Barclay, and now he's doing Hulu Theater. He's destroyed Daniel Jacobs' career, and Daniel Jacobs is, I don't know about Daniel Jacobs. I know Daniel Jacobs to be a gentleman. But I question Daniel Jacobs in his search of getting answers. I can't say nothing bad about his character or his valor because every time I've interviewed him, he looks me square in the eye and been great. But now the rubber has to meet the road, and I'm uncertain if his contract is done with Matchroom, and does he sign with DAZN or does he sign with Matchroom to go to DAZN? I'm uncertain of this. I don't know the legalities or the logistics of how that works. So we'll sit back and see, but I'll tell Daniel Jacobs that you need to sign your next contract with a guarantee to fight your next opponent. And don't let Eddie Hearn fool you. If your goal is to fight Canelo, you need to have it in writing. If your goal is to fight Charlo, you need to come over here to PBC and fight Charlo, because you won't get promotional fees taken out at the level that Eddie Hearn is taking them out. Okay? In my humble, honest opinion, Daniel Jacobs, I don't know if this video is going to get to you. I don't even know if you watch your own. Well, you do because you watch Dante, and that was a great intro that Dante had of you um, from the Fanfare Expo last year or 2 years ago. You need to start your own promotion company. Brooklyn loves you. Brooklyn embraces you. Not on a macro level, but in a concentrated space, they admire you. And they admire your work ethic. They admire your diligence. I see you as a stand-up gentleman. Um, Never have anything bad to say, but now you got to make a decision that's going to impact the rest of your life. If you stay over there with the zone, will you get a will you get um, what's that, announcing jobs with PBC? You got to think long term now, Daniel Jacobs. You must think long term, and obviously the guy you fought twice is announcing over there, and he's as Sergio Moore, and he's as young as you are. So you got to take that into account. Um, so you got to think long term. You need a promotion company, and obviously, if you want to be the promoter or you want to be an announcer, a blow by blow guy, because that definitely fits you. You know, you and Andre Ward are rather similar in terms of your IQ, as I hear in interviews, as it relates to y'all when y'all speak of in terms of boxing. So you got to think long term, Daniel Jacobs, and but your career is going backwards, and I say that humbly, not out of disrespect. I don't like Eddie Hearn. He doesn't do great with American fighters. Um, he's not. Let me correct myself. He's not doing great with American fighters. He's actually doing terrible. All right. People gonna say, "Oh, they getting paid." Their next contract, they won't be getting paid those big numbers because they're not drawing in income. They're not bringing in the dollars that can substantiate, that can sustain itself. You want your business to sustain itself. You understand what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, that's why the D League is sponsored by the Gatorade, because it's a 1 year endorsement deal for Gatorade. They can just, prop up Gatorade every every year. It went from the CBA to the D League to the G League, so you can tell like they're not making money. Like the WNBA is a subsidy of the NBA. You understand? You need your companies to make money. If they don't make money, it's not a business. It is a hobby. All right. So, anyways, man, barbershop. I'm giving away too much game. I definitely don't want to do that. But Daniel Jacobs, this decision that you're making right now needs to be for 40 years, not just to get one big fight. Because you're 32, 33, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen you fight for a long time. So I think you're in your early 30s, if I'm not mistaken. So you need to think long term. Anyways, man, barbershop conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Eddie Hearn, I want to see you. I want to see you get a fight in New York. Eddie Hearn, I want to see you get a fight in Vegas. This November 17th card can't be successful. It's in one of the smallest boxing markets in America. They couldn't get Vegas. They couldn't get Atlantic City, and they don't have time to promote it. I don't know what they're going to do. They got 17 days to promote this card. Tschüss. Barbershop conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Eddie Hearn has failed every American fighter that he's ever promoted. I'm gone. Peace.